Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in and checking out the video. Now, this video is going to be talking about Lee Selby versus Evgeny Gradovich. Now, when I look at this fight, it's an interesting styles matchup, and I'm going to get into that later in the video. But first, let me do a bit of a profile on both fighters and what type of skills they bring to this fight. Now, when you look at Lee Selby, you see a guy who is a guy very defensively responsible. When I look at his fights, I see a guy who uses head movement. He also slips punches and he uses general movement around the ring. And when I look at Lee Selby fight, he's a guy who likes to measure the proper distance that he should be throwing punches from. And when he finds his range, he attacks his opponents with a variety of punches, including a beautiful left hook to the body. That's something that he does very well, is his ability to mix up head and body combinations. Also, he's a guy with a good boxing IQ who can definitely make adjustments in fights, in my opinion, and he has a solid jab. And definitely a guy you don't want to miss. He's fighting out of Wales, and I think a lot of people will like his type of style. If you're into that Terrence Crawford, you're into the elusive counter-punching movement type of fighters, I think you'll like Lee Selby, in my opinion. Now, Evgeny Gradovich, let's talk about him. This is a guy who trains out of the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. He is actually from the same area as Ruslan Provodnikov. They were on the same amateur team. And when you look at Evgeny Gradovich, completely different fighter from Lee Selby, in my opinion. He is a pressure fighter. He's a guy who has a good chin. He's very durable. And he's a guy who's always motivated for his fights. And in my opinion, some keys to the fight for both of these fighters to win this matchup, I think Lee Selby needs to box from the outside and use his superior boxing skills and give Evgeny Gradovich different looks throughout the fight. I think that's going to be something that's going to be key for him. Evgeny Gradovich, in my opinion, he needs to keep pressure up the full 12 rounds of this fight. He also needs to cut off the ring effectively. And I believe he's got to make this an inside fight, in my opinion, if he wants to win this matchup. Now, when I look at some of the advantages that both fighters have, Lee Selby, like I was saying, he has more boxing skills. He just moves around the ring a lot better than Evgeny Gradovich does. And I think he also has better hand speed, in my opinion, and is a more intelligent fighter and also has better footwork. Now, when I look at Evgeny Gradovich, I believe that he has a better cardio of the two, and also he has faced better fighters. And I also believe that he has a superior trainer, in my opinion, than Lee Selby does. No disrespect, Robert Garcia, in my opinion, is one of the best in the world. So that's just some storylines, guys, to keep in mind for this fight. My prediction for this matchup, I believe Lee will win a wide unanimous decision, in my opinion, against a tough Evgeny Gradovich. I just think he's got too much skills, too many more weapons at his disposal than Evgeny does. But Evgeny is a Russian fighter, so those guys are extremely tough. And if he cuts a ring off and can keep Lee Selby as a stationary target, then it's going to be a very exciting fight, and it's going to come down to the wire. So let me know what you guys think on this matchup. Excellent fight. Like I said, this card going down in the UK, excellent card. Check it out. And if you guys haven't subscribed, please do so. Thank you very much.